ninjas, good morning on this surprise Sunday. And why is it a surprise Sunday, Busy Bee?
Can't remember Sunday.
Busy Bee just told me we don't work on Sundays, Nick, so I have a hard time remembering that one. It's a surprise Sunday because we normally don't do a video on Sunday. We normally don't even work on Sunday. Why what are we doing here, and why are we even doing anything on Sunday?
We was gonna go get a couple side jobs out of the way, but that didn't work out because of the rain.
So it's raining, so what are we doing?
We're gonna do a little maintenance on the mowers today.
Maintenance on the mowers, ninjas. So what we're gonna do is scrape the decks again, take off the blades, sharpen the blades because they truly need it, both of them, the Bumblebee and the Spartan, and hit up a couple of grease fittings, at least on the Spartan, change the oil on the Vanguard EFI 37. And what else are we changing besides the oil?
Fuel filter.
The fuel filter, ninjas. So super important to change the fuel filter every so often. Now, I don't really know on top of my head how many hours you can go with the original one that comes with the mower when you purchase it, but I have not changed this one, of course, since I purchased this mower. And I am right at, let me look if I can show you real closely, 239 hours, so basically 240 hours. Well, ninjas, these two blades do not want to come off. We tried both of them, and that one didn't give us any problems. So in this situation, you've got one or two options. One, you can use the breaker bar, and that's what we're getting ready to try. And you'll have to manually turn it. While I still hold up here, he's going to have to manually turn it down there. I cannot believe that one came out, but these two are rock solid on there. And if that doesn't work for some reason, then what is the last thing that I suggested that we do?
I'll take a blowtorch too.
So one of the other things you can do when you're in a situation like this, sometimes they'll get super tight. Maybe if you hit something, the way these blades are designed is so that way if you hit something, they don't come loose and actually kill someone, for that matter. I mean, it could be really catastrophic or really just damage your mower. They actually are designed, every time you hit something like, let's say, a rock or a stump, which I don't recall us hitting anything like that, but over time, they are designed to tighten, which is a good thing for safety reasons, but then it does suck when you have to take them off and you can't. So I didn't get a chance to record because we've been battling this, but we did have to use the breaker bar, and we had to kind of like drop the mower, pick up the mower, find a socket because our regular pliers were not holding, but of course you have stuff working against you, so you had to drop the deck, lift on the mower to put the jack back underneath while the deck is dropped, so we could, it was just complicated. But anyway, we ended up getting that blade off. So now I got to drop the deck again right here. So I can get that out, as you can see right there, wherever you put the others. There it is. And now we got that last one in the center. We obviously can't put a socket underneath because of the muffler, so we got a crescent wrench in there, and hopefully it'll hold because it's leaning right up against the metal right here of the deck. And we're jacking the mower back up, so hopefully that'll hold and it won't slip. And we'll be able to get that one loose too. All right, Busy Bee, let's see what you got. And 40 minutes later, sometimes you will encounter situations like this, ninjas. I normally don't have this issue. I was telling Busy Bee, normally it's just literally jack the mower, grab the impact, and you're done. But it happens every once in a while. When I am doing a full maintenance like this on all the mowers, is I like to check the air pressure in my tires. So I do have this little DeWalt right here, compressor. It's pretty nifty. I kind of carry this basically with me wherever I go. And but anyway, I like to do that just because if you ever get an uneven cut, a lot of times if it's not your deck, of course, there's, you know, your deck could be unleveled, but even the slightest change in the tire pressure can do that as well. Busy Bee, how do you like that tool?
I like it pretty good so far.
Pretty handy?
Yeah.
Easy to use?
Makes it easier to do this.
It's also plastic, so it's not metal, so you're not scraping metal on metal, because you don't want to do that. That's the easiest way you'll get your deck to start rusting. Changing the oil in the Bumblebee is not complicated, like super hard, but it's also a little bit tricky. So you want to take this off, of course. You want to pull this out, of course. The oil filter is right here, so you got to definitely break that. And if you look right here, ninjas, where my finger's at, right there, you got to turn that and it'll start to release the oil down at the bottom. So in order to get the oil into here, we run a tube right here, and it's connected down at the bottom. So what these are, ninjas, is the oil filter wrench kit. Here, put it on this one just to show them. And it fits, and it's easy to turn and loosen. So I got this whole thing that came in, and you've got different sizes for, you know, whether it's on your vehicles or mowers or whatever. So Busy Bee's gonna just go ahead and try to loosen that up a little. But while he's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and check the tire pressure on both tires. Like I said, super important. Plays a big role on your cutting quality. And what you do with this is basically turn it on. This one, it will actually read what the pressure is in the tire, and this one you can actually adjust what you want to put in. It's reading 16.5, and I haven't put any air in these tires, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Seems a little high to me, but then again, I'm not sure. Maybe that's what this tire calls for. Okay, this one reads 16.2, so we can go ahead and just throw in a little right there. Before you put the new filter on, you want to go ahead and, whether you take new oil, old oil, doesn't really matter. Just take a little on your finger and put it around this seal. And when you are putting the new oil filter on, make sure, very important, to get this on correctly, and you don't cross thread or anything like that, just because you will have a serious problem down the road. And as far as tightening goes, I just like to snug it really good with my hand. I don't really use any kind of tools or anything. So Busy Bee likes to lay on the floor and get lubed up. If you have a funnel, of course, put a funnel up here. It'll help you, because it is a little bit of an uncomfortable spot to get this in there. So I put a little funnel in there. I have to actually cut that funnel out at the bottom a little bit just for it to fit. To take off the fuel filter, you've got these two little pins. You have to pinch them with pliers. It's the easiest. And when you pinch them, you just kind of scoot them so they get off of this little plastic cutout right here, as you can see on both sides. Ooh, hello. Glad we got that changed.
Yep.
So, fresh oil, fresh fuel filter. Gonna have some fresh sharpened blades, of course. There is no grease fittings on this mower, so we're not going to be greasing anything on here. Everybody uses a different kind of sharpener. I end up buying, and I've had this thing now for a little while, the RBG 712. This thing is really awesome, and it really sharpens those blades up real nicely. This side is still got a little life to it, but it's getting pretty worn out. But you also can use this other side. Now, what's really cool about this, I know I've shown this before, but some of you who might be new to the channel, you can see these two pieces of metal right here. They're curved a certain way. It's a 30-degree angle. So what you do is you basically put your blade in here while it's running. You rest it on there. You don't fight it, and then you just slide back, and it sharpens these blades pretty good. You've sharpened blades before, right? No, you've never even sharpened blades before? Okay, so I just explained to you and you watched how I did the first two. So let's just see, give it a shot, give it a couple tries, and if I have to come behind you and touch it up, I will, but I want you to get the experience, so go ahead, nice and easy. Remember, just lean it on there and rest it. Just nice and slow. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
You did a great job. For someone who's never sharpened blades, period. You've never done it, especially with a machine like this, but period. I mean, this is... Oh, wow. You're going to be slicing and dicing now. How do you know that you're putting the blades back on correctly?
All I know is I'm putting them back on the way they came off.
Okay. Well, the easy way to remember, seriously, is you see these little lifts?
Yeah.
They always go up. They never go down. If they go down, you can't cut. I mean, it'll be messed up. So easy to remember. Always these little butterfly lifts, I call them, whatever you want to call them, they always come up. So when you're putting these blades on, you put the rod all the way through to the top, put the washer, put the nut, tighten it just by hand, and then tighten it with the impact. Whoop-a-cha! I am ready for you, sir.
Oh, this crazy mother.
So Busy Bee went ahead and sharpened all three blades with the, or for the Spartan. What is the difference between these blades and the Bumblebee blades, putting them on and taking them off?
These you just got to screw that bolt straight into it.
Instead of the whole rod going all the way up.
Yeah.
Now what would you say is easier?
This one right here.
You don't have to fight that top with the whole nut and the washer and locking in.
Yeah.
It's just a lot easier. I agree, actually. So ninjas, I have this DeWalt grease gun. It's a battery powered. I've had it now for a few years. It does a great job. Haven't had any issues with it. So this mower has grease fittings on these back wheels as well as all the front ones. And I want to say there's some grease fittings as well for dropping the deck, but I have to find them. Whenever you're doing stuff like this, ninjas, always check the belts. That's actually what I'm kind of doing while I'm down here, but also looking to see if there's just happen to be another grease fitting or whatnot. But you always want to look at these belts. Just want to make sure they're sitting in there good and they look good and they're not torn. There's no sticks or anything that's in the way. You'll always want to check stuff like that. That's the whole point of it. Now, if you do things like this to your equipment, you maintain it, it will just last you a very, very long time. Whether you decide to keep the mower for 10 years or if you do kind of the thing that I do, which is every 2 to 3 years, I switch mowers. I don't really keep mowers that long. But it doesn't really matter. You still want to maintain them regardless how long you keep them or not. Ninjas, this is tripping him out. What is going on? Come on, man.
Oh, mine must use less.
What? You're mumbling. I can't hear you. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, I forgot.
Well, try it. Keep trying it. You'll find that little click spot. You know how it is. If you keep searching for it, you'll find it. Ninjas, this is tripping him out.
Someone in here somewhere.
Oh my gosh, this is too funny. This is too funny. Do you need help?
Yeah, I done forgot.
You tap out.
Yep.
There we go. Whoop-a-cha! And you put it underneath, even if you have to lift it a little. Tuck it in there. Just come all the way around. Make sure that cap is closed. There you go. Attaboy! Hey, Busy Bee.
What's up?
Look at me, man. I don't care what they say about you. You're all right. I just happen to have a bottle of Super Clean laying on this table. This just happens to be the foaming kind. I mean, you can use the regular kind, whatever you want. But this stuff works great on anything, which is what we're going to use to pick up the oil spill in the shed, but not this. It's a new product that Super Clean has come out with. I just haven't had a chance to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe this down, basically, and get this machine out of the way. Busy Bee will spray some Super Clean all over it. And the reason you want to do this is if you just wipe it off with a dry rag, it's all dusty and it'll be everywhere. But if you put some Super Clean, not only will you clean the table, of course, but you turn it into this almost kind of like a mush look. And you can actually just easily pick it up and throw it in the trash, of course. There you go. So while he's taking that to the trash, I'm just going to go one more time. Get all the corners. Now you can avoid this whole thing, honestly. There is an attachment for this grinder that comes back here and catches all the shavings. I just haven't really gotten around to it, to be honest with you. But it is something that I'm planning on looking into at some point in the future. All right. Wipe me down. So what you want to do, Busy Bee, this is probably the hardest part of what we've done today, okay? You want to put one hand here and one hand here. So what you want to do is you want to wax on, then move your hand back, and then you want to wax off. Try it. Wax on. Then the other one. Wax off. Now, do it again. Wax on. Bigger circle. Circle. Always do circle. Focus. Wax off. You got it?
Yep.
Now keep going. Now you're making it like big old boobies. I mean, this is where we got just a little bit, nothing too crazy, a little oil. Drip, drip, drip it. Oh. Driplets. Drip it. Leak. So what are we using today, Busby?
We're going to use that Super Clean.
Go ahead, bring it to us. Let's show it. I just haven't had a chance to try this out. So this is a new product that Super Clean just made a few months ago. It is a floor absorbent, absorbs spills, super easy, super fast, absorbs oil, coolant, and other liquids, industrial strength, up to 4 times more absorbent than clay. Half the weight. You ready to put this thing to the test?
Yeah, let's try it.
Let's see. So don't spill all of it out, of course, just cover the area and let's see what it does. Okay. Okay. Busy Bee is an artist. He is making, again, another booby. So, does it say on there, Busy Bee, do we leave it sitting, and if so, for how long, or do we start to, you know, sweep it around? So let it pick up some more.
Give it a few minutes to work and then sweep it up.
So give it a few minutes. Doesn't say exactly how many minutes, just a few minutes.
Yep.
And then sweep it up, he said. So we're gonna give it a few minutes then, and we're gonna sweep it up then. Okay, Busy Bee, it's been a few minutes. So give it a little swirl, twirl. Push it around, let's see what it does. Back and forth, back and forth. Okay. Bring it back a little more. Let it soak it all up real good. There you go. So would you say that works?
Yeah, looks better than what it did.
Really good job, didn't it? Picked it up really nicely. Wow, I'm really impressed. And this is, Ninjas, the first time I'm actually using this product. I've had it now for a while. They sent it to me a while back. At one point I even forgot I had it, and then it just, the opportunity didn't come around. So, yes, very impressed. Did a good job. Well, Ninjas, this wraps up this crazy video, surprising Sunday. It is a video that is not usual. This is a different style, different type, of course, because a lot of times when I do the maintenance, I don't really make a video. Sometimes I do, but a lot of times I'm always just rushing. I want to get done. Hey, there's a pin over there. We can go ahead and put that in. I just saw it. Thank you. And but I want to conclude this video. Thank you to Busy Bee for hanging out with me and helping me get a couple hours in and get some of the maintenance stuff out of the way that has been needed to be done. But what I want to conclude the video with is basically just say, if you want this equipment to last you, if you want this equipment to be able to withstand the beating that it does, and Busy Bee, does it take this beating, especially with this humidity and heat? Man, these mowers take some beating, do they not? Yeah. So if you are wanting this stuff to last you and be able to take that beating, take care of it. You know, I try to wash my equipment just like I wash Tiny, at least on the weekends. I don't do it every weekend, I'm not gonna lie, but I do try to stay on top of the maintenance part of it. Oil changes, grease fittings, tire pressure check, sharpen your blades, clean your deck, things of that nature. You know, fuel filters. Hey, check the air filter real quick on that. We did not check the air filter. You know, fuel filter, air filter, do the oil changes, just do the little basic stuff that keeps these machines going. And I promise you, Ninjas, you're gonna be happy with no matter what brand you go with. They all do a good job, but they all require to be maintained. So is it cleaned? Is it better?
Oh, yeah, I'd say it's clean.
Are you putting that on properly?
Probably
I
not.
sure as heck don't remember this flipping me off up here at the top. Why don't you, if you look, Busy Bee, top,
yeah,
bottom.
makes more sense.
But I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it's helped you. For some of you maybe who are just now getting into lawn care, maybe you are just now thinking about purchasing one of these commercial mowers for the first time. Whatever it may be, at the end of the day, keep it maintained, right? And it'll take care of it, and it'll take care of you. Did you have fun?
Yeah, that was good.
Was it good? Yeah? You hungry?
A little bit.
Of course, you're always hungry. But enjoy your Sunday. Ninjas, enjoy your Sunday, the rest of the Sunday, and thank you for tuning in for another one. And we'll see you on Pump Monday. Whoop-a-cha!